Hi everybody, welcome to Culinary Kits for Kids. And for our first recipe, we're going to be showing you guys how to make roasted zucchini and squash. So this recipe is really simple and it only takes a little bit of ingredients, but it's going to be very tasty. And we're going to be using some zucchinis and squash like these, courtesy of Grow Local in our Amish community that have been donated to us. And they're either going to look like this or they're going to look a little different, so don't be freaked out if you have a different squash in your bag. They're all going to taste the same. So what we're going to want to do first is preheat our oven to 400 degrees, and we're going to wait a little bit until that preheats. And once that preheats, we're going to prep our zucchini. So we're going to start off and we're going to just slice our zucchini with our kid-friendly knife. So you're going to want to get one of your zucchinis, and let me just scooch all my other zucchinis over. One of them, and this is the top right here, and this is the part we're just going to cut off with our knife and discard. So you're going to want to do a little seesawing motion whenever you're cutting your zucchini, and we are just going to want to slice it up into little discs, so just like this. So this is a good size. If you want to make them thicker, you can, but the thinner you cut them, the faster they will cook. So we're just going to put our sliced pieces into a bowl. And just remember to hold your zucchini very firmly and use that seesawing motion whenever you are cutting the pieces. And we'll come back once all the pieces have cut. Okay guys, so I've cut all of our zucchini into discs, our yellow and our green. And if you could tell, if you look really close, our zucchini, you could see that water is coming out of it. So a lot of water is housed in our zucchini. So it's a win-win when we eat our veggies. We're getting vitamins, we're getting fiber, but we're also getting water. So a ton of water in here, which is really good. And what you're gonna have in your kit along with your zucchini is going to be some Italian seasoning. So this is a lot of green spices, very flavorful. Some garlic powder, and some Parmesan cheese. So fun fact about zucchini is that it is pretty bland. So whatever you spice it up with is what it's gonna taste like. So it's gonna be very tasty. And of course, we're gonna need a little bit of salt and pepper, okay? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get our oil that your parents have at your house, and you're just going to sprinkle your olive oil or any vegetable oil you have at home is fine onto your zucchini. Now we're going to sprinkle on our Italian seasoning. Our garlic powder. Super simple guys. So we're just sprinkling all this flavor onto our zucchini and our squash. And now we're going to toss it together because we want all those flavors to be incorporated really nicely. So just kind of toss everything. And if you're feeling very brave, you can use your hands. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I have gloves on. Totally fine. And when you use your hands, you get a lot more of the spices on every other piece. Just like that. You want to make sure you're getting all that oil coated onto every piece, because when it goes into the oven, it needs that oil to cook and to get nice and crispy. There we go. So once you've seen that your zucchinis are nice and coated, oops, got a little straggler, nice and coated with your spices just like this, we're gonna go ahead and lay them on a cookie sheet that either has parchment paper or aluminum foil. That way they don't stick. And all you're gonna do is just place them on to our cookie sheet just like that. And you're gonna flatten them out. Try to like give them all a little bit of space so they can cook evenly. Okay, if you leave them on top of each other, not all will cook the same. So we really want to give them an even area to cook. And this is where you play Tetris, see where each one fits better. And it's okay if some overlap, but you don't want all of them to be overlapping. Okay, so just like that. And if you need to get a second cookie sheet, you can go ahead and do that too, but we're just going to use one today. Okay, I think that's good enough. Let's see, I'm being a perfectionist now. Okay, perfect. So now that we have all our zucchini lined up flat on our cookie sheet, we're going to go ahead and get our Parmesan cheese. And that's where we're going to go ahead and sprinkle that cheese on top of our zucchini. And we got a big old piece right there. So just really sprinkling that cheese onto the top of our zucchini, because what that cheese is going to create is a nice cheesy crusty top on our zucchini. It's gonna be really tasty, very flavorful. You've never had zucchini like this, kids, let me tell you. It is very, very tasty. You're not gonna want any other thing for dinner. So just go ahead and sprinkle all that cheese on top. Perfect. So it's gonna look like that. And now all that's left to do is throw it into our 400-degree oven. We're gonna cook this for about 17 minutes, so we'll come back in 17 minutes and see how it looks. Okay, kids, so it's been 17 minutes, so let's see how our zucchini looks. And ooh, it's looking nice and golden. Our cheese has gotten crispy, and our zucchinis have kind of let all that water out. So this is our finished product right here. And as you can see, the zucchini is dried out. It's crispy on the top, but if we cut into it, it's nice and juicy. Do y'all see that? Super good. Let me see if I can get that in the camera. Ooh, it's steamy, nice and juicy. And there you have it, guys. Your roasted zucchini and squash with Parmesan cheese. Hope you enjoy.